A first carry for Leonard Fournette. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. On 2nd down, here's Fournette. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well. Looking back to Leonard Fournette's rookie campaign, over 1,000 yards rushing. And coming into the league, some people saw this kid as an ex-Adrian Peterson. What can we expect from him going forward?
I like the comparison because of the size, the strength, the speed. But I think he catches the ball better than Adrian Peterson. So I think they can up his utilization in the passing game. But what really impressed me was down the stretch in the divisional playoff game against Pittsburgh, hurt his ankle, left the game for a while, and came back and helped power his team to a big victory. Remember, he had some dings at LSU that kept him out of a few games. I thought that was a breakthrough for Leonard Fournette.
Here we go. 11.
Now Bortles on the bootleg. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. These Jags and Jets, they met in one of the stranger games a season ago, week 4, I believe it was, and got all the way down to 28 seconds remaining in OT before Chandler Catanzaro ended it for the Jets with a 41-yard field goal to win. In 23-20.
One of the highlights of the season for the Jets, but how about the Jaguars finishing their year at the AFC Championship game?
Here we go.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
39, Lucy. 11.
From midfield, here's Bortles. He rifles one that's intercepted. Darren Lee picks it, and they will take over at the 26-yard line. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
After the interception, here's Darnold. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A gain of 39 that time. Well, it's one thing to grab it with one hand, but when you make a catch of that distance, quite another.
Yes, sir. I mean, that one right there, we keep talking about the high-flying antics that we're seeing from receivers nowadays. Doesn't matter what spot they start in. But when it actually does happen in the heat of battle, it brings me right out of my seat.
Gone! All right, now, lucky 56.
Darnold on 1st down. It's caught by Clive Walford. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a game in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opens things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where he, their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
Second down, Darnold escaping the pressure right. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up third down.
Well, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing. Just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. From the gun on 3rd down, here's Darnold. And it'll be intercepted. A.J. Boye with a pick. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Bortles leads the Jags up 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line. Now Leonard Fournette, and he'll lose yardage and be down at the 7-yard line. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Looking for Moncrief, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Buster Screen, and he'll take this down inside the 15-yard line. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So the penalty now moves it up. It's 2nd and 10.
Lucy. Green 80. Green 80. Move. 11.
Now whistles here, and I believe one of the Jaguar linemen might have moved. So after the penalty, heading in the wrong direction, 2nd and 15.
Hey. Move. Hey, spread left.
Now Bortles throwing on 2nd down. Out to his left. Now he's going to throw deep back over the middle. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Marcus May with a pick. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. That had disaster written all over it. You've got a right-handed quarterback, a rolling left, and throwing it pretty far downfield.
It's really difficult to do, to try and get your body twisted around into the proper position and get anything on the ball as you heave it downfield. And that's what it actually turns into, a heave. And that's not really a good throw, is it?
Not good, and we saw the result. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice 2nd down for them. Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
On 3rd down, it's Powell. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. He needed a yard. That's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs. Now a first carry for Isaiah Crowell. And they'll get him down here at about the 42. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
This is the running back foul. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Now a play fake here on first down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
On 2nd and 10, Darnold. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Well, he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
Throwing here on 3rd down. Darnold found his target. It's Anderson. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains.
Leopard!
A first down throw, Darnold. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. And this one is incomplete. The big tight end, Clive Walford, the intended target. And it's 3rd down.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. The Jets on 3rd down. They've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. And Darnold just beating the play clock. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And the Jets hit the board first. It's 3-0. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle. Right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on.
one?
What does that mean, break out? That just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
Bortles leads the Jags up 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Avery Williamson there to make the stop.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Going for the deep ball. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. D.D. Westbrook, his intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls, and you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a 3rd interception in half number 1.
Omaha. 372. 372. Green is
Throwing his Bortles on 3rd down. That one complete to D.D. Westbrook. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing his Bortles. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Henry Anderson in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. They keep it with Yeldon on 1st down. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. And defensive back Jamal Adams in on the stop.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Flushed out right. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him. I tell you, it's not easy kicking field goals in the best of conditions. Yeah, and in a downpour like we're in right now, it makes it that much harder. And sure enough, they can't convert here.
Detroit!
They go play action here on 1st down. He's going to let this one go deep. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect.
I would say it'd probably be a good idea for him to reintroduce himself to his receivers at the half because they're definitely on different wavelengths. But I also don't advocate waiting that long. Next series before you get out there. Hey, let's get together, guys. Let's get this thing moving.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Second down and 10, Darnold. It's caught on the left side by Kurz. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. Two minutes to go here in the first half. Back with more from Jacksonville. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this. The Jets on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Darnold from the gun. Forced out to his left. He can run for it, and he will. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. So as they take it over, we step aside. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Get a little closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
They begin with a run by Fournette, and he will forge his way forward only up to the 2-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Nice job there on the tackle. Keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is forward.
And he is going to go down in the end zone. Down goes Bortles. It's a safety. And, Charles, at some point, you can't keep worrying about big play. Can this be perfect? You just have to get the ball out of the end zone.
And in the offensive huddle, that was discussed when they called the play. Just get out of the end zone. But you know what's interesting?
And he coughed it up. And the Jags grab it. And now the rookie's free. And they will score. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. A big play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Jags are able to cash in for 6. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And the lead is now 2. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. That's fielded in the end zone. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And the Jets set to take the field. And the 2 points always stings, but they can put this in the end zone. You could make it a 2-score swing.
That stinging is probably that shot you take to the body. But now they can hit them in the chin with a big one, can't they? I mean, they can come right up and smack them and really create a great advantage for themselves.
An opportunity to take advantage. We'll see if they do just that. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Now, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Back to the air, Darnold on 2nd down. Brought in by Walford, right side. The 30. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead. Stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
Gone!
On 1st and 10, Darnold. And His throw's going to be incomplete. Ronald Darby that time, the one who got a hand in and knocked it free.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Leopard! Leopard!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
Leopard! Leopard!
On first down, Darnold eluding the pressure right. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down. And it's a rush to the line right now for the Jets.
Detroit! Detroit!
Here's Darnold now on 2nd down. Dumps off to Powell. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. The Jets on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
Detroit! Detroit! Gone! 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 Gone!
Darnold will throw it on 3rd and 1. He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. This a chip shot, a 20-yarder. And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And with that, they'll take a 1-point lead here in the second. Now, the drive ends in just 3, but they'll take it. Looks like they'll head to the locker room, barring something unfortunate in front on the scoreboard.
Yeah, they may not be jumping up and down and celebrating because they have the lead, but still, any little momentum in a game like this is important to a team, and they'll feel real good about going in and regrouping, knowing that they are out in front.
This is taken at the 3. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Jets on top, as we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Our Darius Stewart now on the return. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Our first look at the NFL scoreboard comes from Green Bay. And the Bills have taken the early lead. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. On first down, it's Darnold. The grab made by Curse over the middle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first.
Leopard! Leopard!
A first down carry now for Crowell. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run.
No, check. Patriot! Patriot! Now let's go. Green, 39. Green, 39. Back 99, Philly. Here we go.
To throw on second down is Darnold. That's complete over the middle to Anderson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
Gone, gone. Gone, gone. Here we go now. 319. 319. Gone, gone. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Faking the give, Darnold. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
Watch it now, Barney. Barney.
Here's Darnold. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
The Jets on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Detroit! Detroit!
So that'll back him up 5. Instead of a 3rd and 4, now they have to manage a 3rd and 9 after the delay of game. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. And that is incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Here's Lachlan Edwards now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out if that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Here we go, here we go.
Bortles to throw on second down. He's going to air one out. And they went for a big play through the air on second down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
I know that interception was dropped, and it would have been their 3rd of the game, and I will guarantee you, in the huddle, on the bench, all the defensive guys have been talking about is, we've got this guy right where we want him. Who's going to get the next one? It almost becomes a challenge, and they've missed a golden opportunity.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Bortles going to throw. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes that's quite a surprise to guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
Fournette, a first down carry. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Here we go.
Now Bortles on the bootleg. That's into the hands of Westbrook over the middle. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Give him 30 yards there. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 34.
Hey, let's go. Trips left.
Bortles on the give to Fournette. And past the 30 down to about the 27. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
They'll run it again with Fournette. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Green 80.
Now whistles here, and I believe one of the Jaguar linemen might have moved. A full start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. And on the ground they go with a running back. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Four down. Check. Here we go. Green.
Now they'll throw it. Bortles. Flush to his right. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
Well, the pressure just couldn't get to him that time. They forced him out to his right, but he held his poise, surveyed the field, didn't find anything he liked, and then took off and picked up a nice gain.
Here we go.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
Hey. Four down.
Bortles gives to Yeldon on the draw. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down. Have to kick this field goal, don't you?
No question about it. Look at the clock. Look at the situation. Kick the field goal.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This for a 4th quarter lead. And Lambeau will put this one through. And they stake claim to the lead here. It's 10-8. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
Here's the Jet offense now. They head out to take over. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down.
Sometimes it seems like a tough world out there. Many thought Sam Darnold would go number 1 overall to the Browns, and he fell to number 3 to the New York Jets. I think he fell to a great situation. He gets to go to New York with a rebuilding team, take over the job.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Telvin Smith. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. He was looking for a Nunwa there.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for him. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who've had the receivers on lockdown.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. So after the INT, it's Bortles. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Tremaine Johnson. He's at the 40, 20, 10, and he brings this one back. It's a pick six and a Jet touchdown.
Coaches always tell their players someone's got to make a big play, but what they mean is a game-altering play, a game-changing play. A turnover forced, and we just got that. I mean, how about that play, Brandon?
Yeah, a pick six, fourth quarter, that is a game changer.
Someone read their keys, and someone had the courage to go after the ball right then and there.
And it gives them the lead. Cairo Santos on to try the extra point. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Again, it's Fournette. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
Spread right, 72.
Here's a give to Fournette. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Oh, partner, that play brought back memories. Watching them string it out, letting the runner get all the way to the sideline area, but not letting him get out of bounds. They formed that picket fence and didn't allow him through.
Not only that, got him for a loss as well here. And one of the reasons they lead in the 4th quarter, plays like that.
Yeah, it took a little more time off the clock, making him do it that way, didn't it?
Buying time to us, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. And here the pressure from the outside linebacking spot.
And normally when that happens and they're able to get home, that means other guys on his team helped him out a lot. That they occupied people to allow it to be no less than a one-on-one situation that allows him to get home.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Yeah, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. Taken in at the 11. And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10.
Leopard!
They begin with a run by Crowell. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all three still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning.
Detroit! Detroit!
Play action. It's Darnold. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And got his man complete. And he'll be down deep into Jacksonville territory. Big yardage that time for the Jets. 56 yards. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Powell. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning.
Detroit! Detroit! Leopard! Leopard!
On second down, Darnold. And it's incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here. That looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open. And this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Throwing here on third down, Darnold. And this is going to be incomplete.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow them to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let them get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up fourth. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. Very good starting field position for the Jaguars offense as they come up 1st and 10.
11B, 11B.
He'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. He's got it at the 15. And he'll be down deep into Jet territory. It's a big play for the Jaguars. And even 40 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Corey Grant, his first touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars move back within a couple of the lead. Here we go now as we get set for a big two-point conversion.
Check three. Move. Check.
They'll try and run it in. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. And New York set to take the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns. That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Instead of running, Darnold's going to throw his thing. And his throw is going to be incomplete. He was looking for Quincy Enunwa that time, and it's 3rd down.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
The Jets on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 9. Darnold. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, the teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Well, the 48-yard punt, give them 9, though, on the return. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
Yeah, they practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to do.
That's caught inside the 20. And he'll be down deep into Jet territory. A big 3rd down play there for the Jags. 42 yards. A 1st down carry now for Yeldon. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Now here's a timeout defensively. Defensive timeout called by the Jets. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Fournette. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. And now we'll get a timeout. Looks like we've got a Jaguar in some discomfort down there on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Now Bortles will give to Yeldon. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
All right, so time to reset here. It's a huge kick there, gives them the lead, but they've got to be careful that their celebrations aren't a little too premature.
You're exactly right about that, because there still is time for the other guys to run a few plays and get into field goal position. So this defense is going to need to come up with one final stop if they're going to get out of here with a victory.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Elsewhere, they're into the 4th at Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. A win would be their 2nd on the young season.
Leopard! Leopard!
Back to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit, get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
Gone, gone! Gone, gone!
They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. That would have been a tough catch, but in this 2-minute drill, those are the ones you really hope your guys come up with.
Yeah, you don't want your guy to be able to take the out because it was a tough catch. You needed him to come up with that one because if he does, it alters the perspective of this 2-minute drill, doesn't it?
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Back to throw. And he's got a new one. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call.
Leopard! Leopard!
One last throw now for Darnold. He's going to let it fly. And did he catch it? He did. A touchdown. One of the most improbable finishes in recent history. They've won it on the final throw. Sometimes it comes down to one final play, a dramatic, dramatic finish to this one.
And no player will ever admit to, hey, this is how I want to win a game. But behind closed doors at night as they're going to sleep, they do think about those dramatic endings. And how about that one? Go up and get it, Hail Mary, and sprint to the locker room with a victory that you didn't look like you were going to get.
That is the epitome of the highest high and the lowest low in the game of football. Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these two teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Or are you one of those guys that's skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the radar, I said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you took my advice. Got your notes laminated, because, you know, open-air booth, that rain can affect us as well, although not as much as the guys on the field. But let's face it, it's kind of fun to watch these types of games, isn't it?
It is. By the way, how impressive is it that you travel with a laminator? I didn't even know there was a portable laminator.
The things that you learn.
Golly, wise beyond his years. So for the Jets, hey, they finish a perfect month of September as they move to 4-0 on the new campaign. And they'll be back home next week to take on the Denver Broncos. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to KC to take on the Chiefs.
I woke up and I'm feeling lost right now. I woke up and I'm feeling like a boss right now. I'm gonna hold it down, I swear. up and I'm smelling like a right now. I do this for my rounds, oh yeah.
Feel like in the real life, dripping on sauce in the good life. You shine, I shine, and ain't nobody gonna take mine. I just wanna be a boss. I will never ever fall.
Chillin' like a boss with my feet up. Got a bag for him with a visa. Pulling up the know the leader. Getting that while I'm on the. She's a keeper. No burritos. Get to the pesos with amigos. I cannot with no zeros.
Thought you went out. No, I can't show you no love, baby. Yeah, I am a boss in the cut, mayday. Bubbles and these models are. It's popping, I tip her. I skip her, I give her the. Girl, you on my line right now. Yeah, I can see the signs right now. Feeling like a boss right now. Feeling like a boss right now. And you just took a loss right now. Dripping in the sauce right now. Get a sprinkle up my style. I'm about to lock down.
Feel like in the real life, dripping on sauce in the good life. You shine, I shine, and ain't nobody gonna take mine. I just wanna be a boss. I will never ever fall.
I feel like a boss right now. Talk to the man right now.
Oh yeah.
Feel like the man right now. Your girl on my line right now.
Oh yeah.
Shorty oughta been my me. Ooh yeah. She love me in the gray sweatpants. You know that I left. Yeah.
Feeling like a boss, I done made it. Get so like a spaceship. I swear my life is amazing. Blowing money, no hesitation. Up, downs, no basic. I know these be hating, but that's what made me.
Feel like in the real life, dripping on sauce in the good life. You shine, I shine, and ain't nobody gonna take mine. I just wanna be a boss. I will never ever fall.
I woke up and I'm feeling like a boss right now. I'm gonna hold it down, I swear. I roll up and I'm smelling like a right now. I do this for my rounds, oh yeah.
Money back. Money back. Money back. Make it like a money back. Money back. God, I do the Maybach on Monday, Ferrari Friday. This is sweet Saturday, that's just with plastic. I said, babe, it's. He said it's a. Them pretty. You look like Beyonce, looking like money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, yeah, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back. He can tell from the front, I got it behind me, and I parked my Bentley truck on my Versace driveway, looking like money back, 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 money back. With me pretty too, they look like bridesmaids, and they all gang, so don't be talking sideways. He said you look like this. He made sure he put Cardi down on his list. Now why this? Gonna look on my snap. I take your man and I won't give him back. I just walk into the booth and attack. I hit this guy in the roof will collapse. I've been broke my whole life. I have no clue what to do with these racks. Baby lay, waist snatch, back straight back. Got lips like Angelina, belly truck tangerine. Jumping on my, that's why they call